Guys, so I have gotten this request by many people. It's basically they want to know how I change body positions on a horse. There's two ways that I do it. One way is I heat water, boiling water, and I stick the part, like the tail, in the water and then bend it. Now this doesn't work with all horses depending on the thickness of the plastic and also what the temperature of the water is, because everybody's stove is a little bit different, and so yeah, it just varies. But what I want to do is I want to take this horse here, and what I've done is that I've taken a sharp knife and I've actually cut around this horse's neck, like I was gonna chop it off, but I'm actually not going to really chop it off. The reason why I'm doing this is to give the neck a bending point. So we're trying to make a groove so that when I heat this plastic up, I can just bend this. Now I want to bend this horse's head this way and down. So he's kind of in like this trotting, bendy position with his head down. He's going to be a unicorn eventually. I ordered some unicorn supplies. But for now, he's going to get his head moved. And then, of course, the other method that you could use is a heat gun. This is the best method that I have learned to resculpt anything. Now, when you're using a heat gun, you got to be aware that you just don't do this like this. Don't leave it on there. You just, what you do is you hold it there for about 1 to 2 seconds, pull it off. 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 If you leave it there, the plastic will bubble, and it'll also just make a lot more problems for you. So just hold it there, take it off. Hold it there, take it off. Hold it there, take it off. Or you can even kind of do like this deal, so it's not exactly in the same place all the time. And then, of course, if you need to, you may need a mitten glove because the plastic may be too hot for you to hold. So, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this on. Alright, so now you can see part of this horse is flexible, like his head here. See how the top of his head, like, I can twist his head all the way around. Like that. Ta-da! Now, of course, you know, there will be some resculpt work involved in this. But you know, you just have to do step-by-step process. And so now I've gotten that part done, but you could tell that it wasn't quite warm enough for his neck down here, so I just have to do it longer down here until I can get his neck to turn. Now, of course, this doesn't always work, so what you may have to do is actually just chop the whole head off to begin with, and then just reposition it that way. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the other part now. This again, I have to keep warming this up. So now I'm going to check again. Oh yeah. So, you can see how flexible this is now. And I'm able to bend his neck like so. Now you do got to take into consideration, you know, that this stuff does cool really fast. And you may have to make the incision bigger. So see, I have to do this so that I can bring his head down more. Go. So you can see I just started there, and then this is basically what you do for every single body part. So if you wanted to do it to a leg, you know, you do the same thing. And then what you could do is, if you don't want to hold it when it cools, you can go ahead and just dunk the horse's head or the body part in just some cool water and it'll hold it. But what I want to do now actually is I want to bring his head down just a little bit more, and I want to tip it in. So I'm going to heat this, plastic up again here and do it again. Okay, so I've heated this up again, and now I'm actually going to go and bend this horse's head again in the position that I want, and then I'm going to go cool him off in some water. Okay, so there you can see I have his head where I want it now. Now, of course, after this, there's going to be a lot of resculpt work being done to make him anatomically correct. So for now, that's what I'm going to do. Then what I'm going to also do is I'm going to do his tail as well. So it's basically the same process. You just heat the tail. And of course the tails are easier to do just because they're thinner. So you can see the tail's heated up and I can bend it just like that. So I want to bring his tail a little bit down and then I'm going to flick it like that. Ta-da! Fix his leg. There we go. So basically, this is what he looks like afterwards. And then of course, you know, the next part of this video will show how to do the resculpt work on his head and stuff. But that's basically how I start. And the heat gun is a lot easier, like I said, compared to water. Just because it's quicker, it's faster, it doesn't take as long, and you can get what you're looking for right away compared to having to wait for the water and all that, and it takes a lot longer with water. So that's basically it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will do the best I can to tell you guys what to do.